Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again. And this time we're going to look at a game called Space Duel. And this was a sequel to Asteroids. This was initially, I believe, meant to be the first sequel to Asteroids. They shelved this for the time being and released Asteroids Deluxe. And when that turned out to be, well, it started really profitable, but people eventually saw that it wasn't that great a sequel. And then Atari decided to release Space Duel in 1982. It was created in 1980 but released in 1982, and Space Duel was a much better sequel than Asteroids Deluxe. This was also featured on the Who album It's Hard, and there's a little kid playing Space Duel. It's Hard, I believe, had Eminence Front on it, a pretty good Who song. But this is Space Duel, created in 1980 and released in 1982. And not only do you get to play two players simultaneously in this, but it's a color vector game. Atari did some pretty cool things with this game, and I can see why it was popular. I remember seeing this at all the arcades back in the day. This is the only Atari vector game that is multiplayer. But you also get geometric shapes instead of asteroids. Kind of cool. But you can play two-player simultaneously separate or connected. See, there's a little yellow filament that connects your ships if you choose to play that way. You can also play one player and control two ships in that same way. It's really, really cool. There are other various enemies besides the spheroids, we'll just call it that for now, that can be a real nuisance. There's your UFO type of enemy that shoots at you every once in a while. And there's also a very hard to see dark blue enemy that slowly moves around. And you'll need to shoot it several times to destroy it. It's very annoying. I'll go ahead and start, and I'm just going to play by myself here. Later on, I'll play two players two players that I can control at once, connected by that little yellow filament. But the spheres that I'm shooting are pretty cool. There's this little spinner type of thing. There's cubes. There's triangles. Just really neat. And like I said, there is one enemy that can be really hard to see, and they take several shots to kill, and they're just not worth it. Some enemies can appear that they gravitate towards you. Oh, the UFO shot the last spheroid for me. And there'll be sometimes a little mini bonus round between the spheroid stages. You just have to shoot all the enemies that come towards you. But yeah, now we get these cubes. Or these diamonds, actually. Just really a cool idea by Atari. This is a much better sequel than Asteroids Deluxe. Asteroids Deluxe was pretty much created to prevent point farming from asteroids, because if you could keep the or destroy UFOs as they appeared, and just whittled down the asteroid field to 1, then you could score some crazy points on that game, and you couldn't do that in Asteroids Deluxe. Now we've got these UFOs that shoot shots between each other. Ah, crap. You have a shield, and you have left, right buttons, thrust, and fire buttons, but no hyperspace in this game. I was never a fan of hyperspace anyway. Now here's another bonus round. Just destroy all the snowflakes and stars and UFO enemies. Ah, crap. If you don't make it through the bonus round, you just go to the next asteroid field or spheroid field or whatever, and then they'll combine all the previous spheroids. I was never good at any of the asteroids games. I'm not particularly good at this one either, but it was very popular, and Atari definitely did some cool things for this sequel. Like I said, I think this was intended to be the original sequel, but Atari shelved this to try to see if a game that prevented point farming would sell well. I think it did at first because I saw Asteroids Deluxe at all the arcades, but Space Duel is a much better sequel. Whoops. Kind of a cool pyrotechnic celebration for getting on the high score list, I think that is. But use the shield button to enter your initials, not the fire button, because I think that'll end your initial selection early. But that's Space Duel. I will play again connected with one player. I won't show you two-player simultaneous play because you can kind of guess what it's like. If you play two-player simultaneous when you're not connected, you can shoot each other for points. And if you do that, then the shot player gets their shield regenerated. Now notice that you can shoot a heck of a lot more, but when you fly about, then you move in kind of a strange way. See, you swing about as you thrust with one ship. But you can shoot a lot more. It's probably, the game is maybe just a little bit easier with two ships. But note that when one ship dies, it takes a short while to regenerate, and your lives count. Each of your lives count as two together, two ships together. Only when they both die does it count as one life lost. And if one ship is destroyed, then the next time they or the other ship is destroyed, they both have to die. And if the regenerated ship does not get time to regenerate all the way, then they both die. Kind of interesting how that works, but you can't shoot each other if you're playing two players simultaneous while connected. Your shots will go through each other. Just kind of a cool game. Later levels, maybe I mentioned this before, will have you shooting big asteroids that will turn into earlier spheres or other spheres, like a giant spinner. Whoops! Ah, crap! When you see it sparkle like that, you're both dead. Like a giant spinner will turn into small diamonds or something. I used my shield just in time. And off to another bonus level. And the point value of those of those spheres in the bonus levels will increase on later levels. This Atari definitely did some cool things with this game. And And yeah, I definitely saw this at all the arcades. I think the first place I saw it was like at a movie theater. I remember not liking it at first because I was not good at the asteroids games, and I'm still not. you get an extra life every 10,000 points. Yep, I got one just in time because I died right afterwards. Yeah, Asteroids Deluxe was not that great a sequel. I mean, it started out doing well in the arcades. I saw it at every arcade, but Space Duel is a much better sequel. Well, that's my game. My second game, anyway. But that was Space Duel, created by Atari in 1982. Well, created in 1980 and released in 1982. Pretty good sequel. Atari would later release Blasteroids in 1987. But that was Space Duel, created in 1980 by Atari and released in 1982. Well, this is Crazy Climber 80 saying thanks for watching Space Duel, created by Atari in 1980 and released in 1982. I will catch you later with another video. Have a good one, folks. Stay warm. Take it easy. Bye-bye.